I just went out for a run, 2 miles down to the beach and back. So make sure to leave your comments and questions in the box. Make sure to also go here, www.bettermemoryguide.com to get the free guide. I'll show you essentially, HTTP :// Boom. Go to bettermemoryguide.com to get the free guide. All right. So we're going to do something different today. I don't think I've done this before here. I do this with my students. I teach my students how to do this. I just don't think that I've done this on YouTube yet, this specific thing. Okay. So what we're doing is I'm going to teach you how I go about creating memory palaces and locations. I get a lot of questions consistently from people saying, Louis, I need help with this. I see you guys memorizing very quickly. I see you guys constantly, training. But the number one issue that a lot of people have is they don't have enough palaces. They don't have enough locations to practice more, to memorize more. And honestly, you need that in order to get to the next level in your memory training. So I'm going to teach you what I do whenever either I run out of locations or I need new ones, or I'm at a new place and I'm like, oh, cool, I can use this as a memory palace. So one of the things that I first initially started doing was I would get my phone. Bam. I have a message. I'll get my phone and then I'll walk around and I would just record things or take snapshots, take pictures of different scenes in the area that I was in. I'm going to do a walkthrough next time, but right now I just want to show you kind of how I do this with different locations. So as you see here, this is Universal City Walk. This is in Hollywood, California. So what I do is I'll walk around, like I have the video of this. I'm just not going to show it because there's people walking around and I just don't want to show them. So you see a lot of black boxes everywhere too. I'm covering their faces. But you'll see that let me go there. So what I do, I'll walk for this, in this, instance, Universal City Walk, there's a bunch of stores on one side of the aisle or the walk, and then there's a lot of stores coming out on the opposite. So what I did is I walked through one way, didn't look, behind me. I just looked one way, walked all the way down, took video of the entire walk all the way down, and then I took video coming back the opposite way. Then what I did when I went home is I just took snapshots of, different things that I thought would kind of stand out and I can use as memory locations and palaces. What I do normally is I choose 5 different spots in a particular area. And then I use that as a region or an area. I don't normally do like, in this case it's GameStop. I don't normally do like GameStop number 1. The next place, as you'll see, let me transition back here. The next, it's like this little tattoo shop, right? I don't say, number 1 GameStop, number 2 tattoo shop. I say number 1 is the GameStop area, number 2 will be the tattoo shop area, so on and so forth. So because then I can subdivide those sections into their own like subcompartment, such as, right here on the GameStop area, the first stop there is going to be the door. So I see the door as number 1. That's my first location in this area. Second one is like the game characters up on top. So if you look like right above the doors, there's these game characters as you see here. That's going to be location number 2 in this area. Number 3, there's like these neon squiggly lines. Wait, I missed one? Yeah, I numbered them incorrectly. Here. 1 second. 1, 2. That's 3, 4. Because I had done something else previously. don't mind these numbers. So number 3 is the neon sign. Number 4 is the game cartridge. I've had these images for years, and I decided to do a video on this today, so I haven't had a chance to change anything, so don't mind that. Number 5 is the Max Payne character there. Okay? So number 1, the doors. Number 2, the game characters. Number 3, the neon sign. Number 4 is a cartridge. And number 5 is Max Payne character. Then I'll go over to the next area. So in this case, it's the celebrity tattoo area. And then I'll do the first one in this area is the tattoo sign. The next one is like that. What is that, like that? I don't know, the banner. I call it just the banner. Number 3, you see the panel on the side here. I don't think you can see my mouse. But there's an arrow pointing to, the gentleman standing right to the right of that panel. That's where all the tattoos are at. Number 4, there are these lights underneath there. And then number 5 is the tattoo machine in this spot. Overall, we've done 10 so far. So if you wanted to count them down that way, you can do that as well. So 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in this area. Next, it's the little skate shop here. So 11 overall, the first one in this area would be the yellow like cover there, the yellow cover. Yeah. 12 would be the shoe. 13 would be those lights. 14 would be the TV, and 15 will be the boxes of the skates. Question here that I would get is, okay, we have a light in the previous one, and then we have a light here. Would you mix those up? You could, especially in the beginning, that could be an issue. But after a while, you'll get the sense of which light is which. The first light was facing down. These lights are facing up. Usually when I memorize in this location, I use all 3 lights as like the location, so I don't get them mixed up. So you see, we just created 15 right here, right? We created 5 in the GameStop area. We created 5 in the tattoo shop area and 5 here in the skate shoe area. We have 15 total locations. So let's stop right there for right now. Let's go and do some memory training. Let's actually memorize using these locations, and I'll show you how I do that. Oh yeah. Okay. So, images. Custom. Just make sure that you guys can see that. Yeah. So we'll say here on the doors, oh, this is going to be really tricky. So on the door here, we have this, what is it, like just a, oh, I used to love these at the fair. So you just see a spinny ride, okay, on the doors, and I'll attach that to the flowers. So on the doors, you'll see a spinny ride, and the spinny ride is just throwing a bunch of flowers on the GameStop door there, all right? And then the next 2 images here is apple and white flowers. You had red flowers up above. You have white flowers now. So maybe the little boy that's sitting down is throwing apples and flowers up in the sky. And maybe Mario is catching the white flowers and Sonic is catching the apples. That way you kind of know which one comes first, 1 and 2. Okay. Next one we have, I don't know what this is called, the little horsey. On the neon sign, we have the little horsey with snow. So you just see the little horsey on the neon sign, on the neon lights. It's throwing a bunch of snow. So the little horsey is going up and down on the neon sign, and just snow is falling off to the left and to the right of the little horsey. On the cartridge, you see the little sweeper Lego dude with these buildings, these tall buildings. So you see buildings on the side of the cartridge, and then the sweeper dude is just going in between them, sweeping the cartridge. And then the last location here was Max Payne. So the image is leaves and telephone. So maybe Max Payne, he picks up a bunch of leaves, or he shuffles through leaves to find a telephone on the floor. Okay, so he's shuffling through the leaves and he finds a telephone that's ringing, telling him to go on the next mission. All right, so really quickly, if you can remember, we had the ride throwing flowers on the door. Okay, the little dude playing video games, he's throwing apples, Sonic catches it on the white flowers. Horsey on the neon sign with snow. Little dude sweeping through the building on the cartridge. And then Max Payne is shuffling through leaves to get to the telephone. So let's see how many we get right, and we can reference the locations here. So what did we see on location number 1? That was pretty easy, right? It was a ride with the flowers. Location number 2 was the little game dude. He was throwing apples, and what else was he throwing? Flowers, right? The white flowers. Mario caught those. The next image was on the neon sign. We saw the little horsey, and the little horsey was, you see a bunch of snow coming off from the sides of the neon lights. On the cartridge, you saw a little sweeper dude, and he's sweeping right through the cartridge to the building. And then the last one here is Max Payne. Max Payne, what was he doing? He was shuffling through the leaves to get to the telephone. Somebody was calling him for his next mission. Boom, we got all 10 right. Cool. So, what do you guys think? What do you think about that? Why do I have captions here? Just turn off captions. Anyway, that's how I go about creating locations, memorizing. I have so many different things here. That's how I go about creating locations, and then I put them to use right away. That's the other key here. As soon as you create these locations and these memory palaces, put them to use. Memorize some random images, memorize some random words, random cards, random numbers, whatever it is. Memorize something on them. That way you know if they're effective or not, and if you need to change some, reorder a few different things, make them stand out more. I don't know. The only way for you to truly know whether they're effective or not is for you to use them. So as soon as you create the locations or the memory palace, put them to use right away. Cool. All right. So that's it for right now. If you want to have me do a walkthrough of, say, a movie or a video game, or I don't play video games, a movie, actually I'll do that next. Just let me know what movie you want me to do a walkthrough of next. And then I'll do a walkthrough. I'll show you how you create like memory palaces by watching movies. I just showed you how to create palaces by, just walking around, getting your phone out, recording, or taking pictures, and then going back home and just, seeing what pops out, numbering them 1 through whatever you end up choosing as your route. I usually do, the 5 per area, and then overall 25 to 26, depending on what I'm going to use that area for, numbers or cards or something else. Or I'll do 25 to 20 to 25 to 26. It just depends. And then I just cycle through them over and over in my head. So there you go. Boom, boom. Those are some. You want to see this whole route? I'll walk you through this whole route. So after the shoe, skate shoe, it was the iFly thing up in the sky. And then there's these doors, the nets, the iFly character in the background. What else did I choose here? I chose those, the shirts, the red thing. I choose a lot, or if I don't know what to call something, the thing, the red thing, the blue thing. Then I chose a rail there, and the actual iFly machine up in there. Here, what did I choose here? Okay, we have the bowling ball, the up arrow, the Jillian sign. 1, 2, 3. The welcome, and then the bowling sign to the right. I wish I had like arrows that I can use here. Can't use my mouse. Unless, can I? How do I use my mouse? 1 second. Text. Oh, display, no. I'll figure it out next time. Raiders. It's my team. Raiders. What did I choose here? Okay, it was the awning here, the awning, the helmet, and then from the helmet, I'm missing some here. Oh, not all of them popped up, huh? There's the Raiders logo up on top. 33, that should be 33 and 34, and 35 will be the Raiders player down below. Yep. Yeah, a bunch of these actually didn't show up. I'm missing some. Anyway, that's how I do it. That's how it's done, folks. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.